Kia ora, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news, trade and tariffs are in the headlines, but the impact of higher inflation and slower economic activity are just starting to be seen. US initial jobless claims rose sharply last week in seasonally adjusted terms, the largest rise in 5 months. US durable goods orders rose 3.1% in January from December, but there was a sharpish revision lower in the December data. And the second estimate of the fourth quarter GDP for the US came in unchanged from the first at 2.3% growth. It would have been more, but they noticed higher inflation in the period, which trimmed the rising nominal expansion for that period. Pending home sales in the US fell 5.2% in January from a year ago, following a 5% drop in December. And today's downbeat American economic data releases extended to the Kansas City Fed factory survey, which fell in February, contracting by its most in 5 months. The US administration said China will be hit by new 10% tariffs, the latest salvo in the president's steadily escalating trade fights. That is on top of the earlier 10% already in place. The president also said he intended to move forward with a threatened 25% tax on imports from Canada and Mexico, which is set to come into effect on March the 4th, but which he earlier said wasn't being delayed till April. So it is little wonder that inflation expectations are rising amongst Americans. But north of the border, Canada said its weekly earnings are rising faster there. They rose 5.8% in December from a year ago, in data released overnight, the fastest pace since March 2021. With all the US tariff news, it will be no surprise to learn that container freight rates fell another 6% last week, taking them 30% lower than year-ago levels. And that's now only 85% higher than pre-pandemic levels. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.29% and up 2 basis points from yesterday at this time. And the price of gold will start today at just under $2,875 an ounce. That's down $35 from yesterday. And oil prices are up $1, just on $70 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is now just under $74 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now at 56.5 US cents, down 60 basis points from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're unchanged at 90.3 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're down 10 basis points at 54.2 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just over 66.5 and a net 40 basis point fall from yesterday. You get more news from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again on Monday.